The only one that I think I've really had is tearing my ACL, and you were there for that. I don't
Mhm.
know if you saw either of the times, kind of. We think I partially tore it the first time in practice and then completely did it in a game against Millard South. I don't think the injury was all that bad. Like, obviously, it hurt, and I lost a lot of strength in my leg, but it was the mental part that really took a toll on me. And it was just trusting the process and knowing that it will get better. But like my quad was the size of like around the big part of your calf. It was
Wow,
tiny. And
that is tiny.
it was hard to see because when you walk, like your legs kind of get flexed a little bit, but when I would walk, my legs would just like jiggle, and it was it was tough. And for
Yeah.
a long time, physical therapy was just laying there for an hour and trying to flex my leg, and I'd sit there for like 15 minutes doing the same thing, and I would just stare at a leg that wouldn't move. It was
Wow.
it was really tough to see, and I wanted it to work right away, but that's not how it works. And I had to wait and wait and wait. And then finally stuff got to work again, and then I had to learn how to walk. Walking doesn't seem that hard until you can't pick up your leg and you like stub your toe and your knee gets all messed up. It's funny now to think about it, but at the time I got so frustrated with myself that like I couldn't even pick my foot up enough to take another step. But I got over that, and then the next part was running. And I think I face planted on the treadmill a few times because I couldn't get my leg moving fast enough. And I have a teammate up at Morningside that had an ACL tear in one knee, and then a few years later had the other tear, or had the other ACL tear. And I would always talk to her about it like on my bad days, because you still have bad days where it hurts to just walk around. Your knee tightens up and it hurts all day, and you can take a leave or ibuprofen or whatever, but it just doesn't help. But it does help to have someone that goes through that. And she was talking about it for whatever reason at school, and she says that it's a very lonely recovery, and that unless you go through that, you don't understand what it's like to doubt yourself. And even when you think you're not doubting yourself, in the back of your mind, your body won't let itself just work how it should. And it's, I don't even know how to explain it, but you have to train yourself in that aspect too, to let your body just completely do what it's supposed to do.
How do you guys like bring each other through it a little bit? And like, what are those conversations like?
And I just call her over and I'm like, what's going on? Like, did I hurt myself again? And all this like negative stuff is going on in my head. And she just says, oh no, that's your knee just being stupid. Like, you just have to tell it to knock it off, and it'll go back to normal eventually. And it just, it's very serious at first because you never want to re-injure it, but then you have someone that knows what you're going through, and they're able to like joke about it but still let you know that you're going to be fine, and it's a normal part of your life now, I guess, with your knee.
Mhm.
I don't know, it's just a mental journey that will help you a lot, and you'll grow as a person big time, but you don't see that until I think it was almost a year later, because I had surgery in September. Then we had tryouts that following August, and I didn't take my brace off until that August after tryouts were all done. And it was like, I don't know, I think I went home after our last day of tryouts and I just cried because I was so happy that it's hard in the moment to understand that your hard work does pay off.
Right.
And I've seen it in myself more than once since then, but it took my knee, or like tearing my ACL and building my strength back up into my leg, to see that. And I remember our last game at state, my second to last at bat was when I hit that home run to break the school record. And that was the second time that I knew that I didn't put in all that work for nothing. And it sucks. And I've said that, I don't like 3 times already. It really does. When you go through months and months and you feel like you're not seeing anything, and then it just takes one moment to understand that all of that struggle was worth it.
That's awesome. And I remember that too. Like I remember knowing that like that one broke the school record and just being like so excited for you. What else did you learn about yourself and learn from this whole process?
I think, well, I've always struggled with self-confidence on and off the field. Just knowing the good parts about, or like the parts that I like about myself. Like I like that I can be patient because stuff will take time. So, not always, but big things don't always come all at once. It helps to be patient with that. And then I really have always liked my work ethic. And I think that my knee recovery really showed me that, and that my work ethic is a good thing, and it's helped with my confidence big time.
Yeah.